The video that I made yesterday. I called hell again through that video because the more I talked about it, the more triggers that kept coming up that was surrounding my mama's funeral. And so today, because I talked about it yesterday, and I had a very sleepless night. But I've been carrying this burden now for about 40 years. And today I'm going to let it go. I've been protecting this person and the people that's around them for a long time. And I can't let it cost me no more. So here it go. At my mama's funeral, it was fine, the people that showed up there, because I wasn't paying attention to them people. None whatsoever. I didn't even want to be there. And I let well enough be what it was. I went home from my mama's funeral. And you know there's always some people that follow behind. Well, TD, I done gave you enough of my life. And since you was bold enough, you could have made up 500 excuses as to not show up to my mama's house after her funeral. But since you showed up on that day, now I got to show up and free me, because I done protected you for almost 40 years now. I remember you used to drive that little blue Toyota Celica with those little vine-looking strips on the back of it. This was during the time you was the bass player in the group that my mama was like a lead singer in it. I remember us leaving choir rehearsal, and we out in Gifford Gardens Apartments. And me and my little cousin them was outside playing in the yard. It had to be like 8:30, 9 o'clock at the most. But we was out there because the adults was out there talking and stuff after their little rehearsal was over with. I remember him walking past me and saying, "I'm finna go to the store. You want to go with me?" I'm 6 or 7 years old. Yes, I want to go to the store. And I can remember my words to him, and I said, "Let me ask my mama." He said, "No, you don't need to ask your mama. It's all right." I go and get in the car with him. You took me to Gifford Park, and you parked in front of the bathrooms. And when you stepped out of your car, every piece of fear came up in me. I even locked your car doors. But you were so smart. You made sure you had your keys with you, so you came around and you still unlocked my door. And as a child, I had never, even though other things had happened to me when I was a child, I had never seen an erect penis before, ever. But you, Mr. TD, you came around on that side of the car with your thing already out and erect, so you knew what you was about to do. And y'all, the crazy thing is, Because it was nighttime, a police officer rode through there, pulled up behind him and asked him, was it a problem? And because he was parked in front of the bathroom, he even knew how to lie to the people. And he told that police officer, oh, sir, it ain't no problem. I just stopped here to use the bathroom. And I was that little old girl sitting in that seat, scared as I don't know what. But I feel like I can even move past that. But it didn't end there, though. It just didn't end there. He was the kidnapper that took you back home to your mama. Took me back home, and by that point, my mama was looking for me. And my mama said, where you been? I said, I went to the store with him. And I don't know, I can't read my mama mind. But in my mind, I know that if one of my children got missing with anybody, and they didn't ask me, can they take my child with me? Every suspicion is going to hit every corner of my body just because of the things that done happened to me in life. When I told her that I went to the store with him, I got an ass whooping. I got a whooping because my mama said, I didn't tell you can go nowhere. But this is the man that showed up to not just my mama's funeral. He showed up to her house after the funeral over with. And I took that home with me. And I felt like I had been touched all over again. I call myself every stupid bitch, every stupid whore. You let it happen again. And it took my daughter, that was 6 or 7 years old at the time, to walk in the room for me to understand. And at that moment, I put my daughter in that position. It was like God had sent her in the room to stand in front of me so I can realize that I didn't have no control of what happened to me, because when somebody's 10, 15 years older than you, what can you do with them? So it can't possibly be my fault. So for years, since he married my auntie's best friend, I've been protecting them. I've been protecting everybody except for me. And so this gonna be the last time that I have a sleepless night because I'm holding on to this secret. I'm in a season in my life where I don't care much about what nobody else got going on. I'm here trying to set me free. And if any of you other stories start to bother me, I'm going to tell on all y'all ass. And I'm not playing. As I feel the need to release it, I'm going to talk. Because a lot of you stand around as you smile as if you haven't done anything. But if you touched a little girl or something in the wrong way, there's consequences for that. No matter how hard it seemed to get this video done with, I feel freer than I've ever been before. It's time for me to stop caring about your good life, your good name, while I have sleepless nights. Ashamed to talk to my family about it. I even looked to my auntie at one point for her to give me a release. I wanted to hear her say, I don't care nothing about them people. Go ahead and tell your story. But when you looking for somebody to give you support on something that's bothering you, sometimes you just got to take that leap of faith and go ahead and grab what you need for your own self and stop worrying about how somebody else feel about you freeing yourself. So I'm going to take this time and free me, because it's time.